Well, I got back to working on the Plymouth Duster today, and got all the welds ground down, and I made a little video the other day showing where right around the side marker lights, they had become pretty oil canny on both sides. This side was far worse than the driver's side. So I went out and luckily on the quarter panels on the 75 donor car we have, they were only rusted down here on the bottom half. So, I don't know if you can see them areas where I've got ground down there. That's where I spot welded on the back side. I just cut a big patch and put it behind there to brace it so that wouldn't be so oil canny. I tack welded that in, and I've got the outside ground now, not the inside. But I'm finding out the rest here is oil canny, and it could be, just because the quarter panels were cut apart, and I welded them back together. And I went around doing spot welds. I first just done one here and one on the other end and one in the middle. And I went to the other side of the car, did that. I kept coming around and doing that until I got several spot welds that were about 2 inches apart approximately. Then I started doing sequential tack welds right next to each other in about 3/4 of an inch to an inch long section. And I would do that on the end, then the opposite end, go over to the other side of the car, do the same there, and come back to the middle. I kept doing that, but I guess, I got it a little too hot. And it warped it up a little bit. It wasn't bad. I hammered and dollied it, and got it pretty flat, but this bottom piece was real thick. This is stiff. And I'm assuming this metal from Auto Metal Direct is maybe thicker or something, or maybe just because it's newer metal. It didn't flop around like the top part did. And where they're overlapped there in the area about 1.5 inches, that was real strong. But from there up all the way to this body line here, it was pretty oil canny. So, like I said, I welded them braces in, and I've taken my little propane torch there, and I got my air compressor hooked up, and I've got a dryer on it so it doesn't get any moisture in it. But I heat that up till it's just almost rosy red. I don't get it to where it's a glowing red. I don't want it that hot. But I did that, and as soon as I see it start bulging one way or the other, I back off of the heat. I grab the air hose, shut the torch off, and I just keep blowing and blowing and blowing until that thing is completely cold to my touch. Because like right now, it's about 40-something degrees outside here in Arkansas, and that air coming out of that air hose is probably right around that temperature, maybe even colder. So it cools it off quick. And so I've got it to where it's pretty stiff now. I can push on it pretty dang hard. It is a lot stiffer than it was from the factory. So I've got this side where I want it. There's little ripples. They aren't bad. Like right there is a little low spot. I may get my hammer and dolly and try to dolly that out a little bit. Well, that's not bad. I mean, we're talking, get my finger out there, a 1/16 of an inch of body filler at the most to fill that in there. So, that's the progress on this side. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other probably. I haven't really checked it over good yet. I need to DA that side there with 80 grit and see what it looks like. The DA will show some imperfections, not all of them. It's not as good as a longboard, but right now I'm just, trying to see where the major low spots are. And, on the inside here, I done this video the other day. I showed where I got most of that sound deadening or whatever it was off of there. That was a mess. It took a while. There's the back side of the braces I have tacked on. I'm going to grind those welds down, and then I'm going to go over the perimeter of that patch with some fiberglass reinforced body filler, and then I'll feather edge that out, and if I need be, I'll go over that with some regular body filler, feather all that in, and put a little primer over it, put some epoxy over the whole thing first, and then a little bit of 2K primer over the patches there. And I'm not going to worry about getting them perfect. I just want to get them to where they're camouflaged and they don't stick out like a sore thumb. So someone comes out here and says, "Oh my God, look what someone did." I know I'll probably get some frowns on this, but we're trying to save the customer as much money as possible and still do, a pretty good job. I don't feel that I'll have any problems with this because I got all the rust off the backside. I got a little bit on top. Some of that is that code E7 paint. It's kind of burgundy from the 75. And there was a little bit of surface rust that I ground off. You can see where I took a grinder to it. But I want to get the rest of that off, and like I said, I'll get my fiberglass reinforced body filler around it, and that'll seal it off. And out here, where the side marker light goes, get my camera to focus, you can see there's a slight gap there. Now, if I had a TIG welder, that would be perfect, because I could go around this and probably not warp it up, and the same around these holes. Then take a Dremel tool or whatever, my little die grinder and my little carbide bit tools, and get it all like it needs to be. But I don't have a TIG welder, and my Hobart MIG welder will probably most definitely warp the P out of that. So what I'm going to do after I get everything done here is I'm just going to take my, I've got some 2-part seam sealer. It's chemical dry. It's not an air dry. I'm going to put that in there, force it all in around them cracks, and then do the outside, on the inside the same way. Get that done. And once it dries, I'll get all this out here sanded off just perfect. I'll test fit the side marker light, make sure it all fits, and we're good to go. Like I said, I'm doing the best I can do to make sure this doesn't rust. Now, ideally, yes, the best thing to do for this car would have been to probably replace the whole quarter panels. But I know on my 68 Nova, the quarter panel from Auto Metal Direct is right about $400. And I think they're over $500 for this Plymouth Duster. So that would have been another $1,000 cost to the customer, plus probably 20 more hours or so cutting them off and putting them on. And like I said, she's already passed her budget, and I'm doing my best to just keep it where she needs to be. And like I said, I just want to do a good job for this customer and keep it within her budget. And I'm hoping, me doing this for this girl, she's wanting to put it in some car shows and get some publicity out of it, and hopefully to get me some more notoriety. And maybe over time this old man can afford to buy a bigger shop and hire a few guys, and then I can just come in here and spend time pulling the trigger on a paint gun, which is what I love doing the most, and then pay some other people to do the other stuff and manage it. And as time goes on, I find a guy that I trust can do good work painting for me, and I'll just turn it over to him and let him start doing it, and we'll go from there. But that's my little update for today. Working on that. So this video is approaching 9 minutes, and they take a while to upload with my internet speed, so I'm going to cut it off here and just letting the YouTube land know I do not own rights to any of the music playing in the background. It's coming from my XM Sirius radio in the shop, so please don't block the video. I appreciate it. As always, if you like my videos and they help you, like them, share them to any channels you're on, or Instagram, or whatever you want to do. I don't mind at all. And subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about it. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm a long ways away. I'm right around, I think, 65 subscribers or so right now. And I do deeply appreciate the ones that have recently subscribed. I don't remember all the names of your channel. I think one was Internal Combustion. There were a couple other guys, and I'm sorry that I don't remember your names, because I got so much going on with kids and family and remodeling the bathroom and doing this car and Christmas time. So anyway, I appreciate all y'all very much. Thank you, and subscribe to my channel and share. And don't forget, click the little bell so you get all the updates.